Hello and welcome. Today we will be playing some Europa Universalis 4. We're currently on patch version 1.9 and have all expansions up to and including Art of War installed. Now the purpose of these Let's Plays is to unlock as many achievements as we can. Now by no means am I an expert at this game, but I have clocked in over 500 hours to date, so I have at least a basic understanding of how most of the mechanics work. Now the other thing I've done is sort of locked all the achievements I've already unlocked. So as far as the game's concerned, I have never unlocked an achievement. So let's see how we go. Now for those who've played the game, you'll know that the achievements range from extremely easy to very, very difficult. So for our first run through, I thought I'll try and get as many of the easy ones done as possible. Also the ones that you do by default, sort of going to war, winning a war, those sort of achievements. We'll unlock as many of them as possible. So with that in mind, we will be playing as the mighty Castile, and with any luck, one day become Spain. Make sure Ironman's enabled. We won't randomize the new world just for this one. Maybe in a future Let's Play we will, but for now America looks the same as it does in real life. So we'll start Ironman. And here we are. This is our country. Now, as you can see, this is Europe. Castile is one of the bigger nations in Europe. We start strong. Our king is not great. Our heir is even worse. But we start in a relatively strong position. We have a sizable army in La Mancha here. We have a gold mine, which means we'll be never really short of money unless we screw up majorly. Right now our capital is Toledo with a base tax of 7. Eventually when we form Spain, it'll move to Madrid, which has a higher base tax. But for now Toledo is more than ideal. If we look at our neighbours, we border Portugal to the west, and they are always friendly to us. We are historical friends, and we have no reason to go after them. Now, a bit later on in the colonial game, we might have some conflicts, but for the most part, we want to stay friends with them. They're a good ally. Nothing wrong there. Directly to our south is the Muslim nation of Granada. Now, we actually have a core on all 3 of their provinces, so we will be going to war with them relatively soon. Unfortunately, at the moment we do have a truce with them, but that's okay. Further south into Africa, we have all of these nations. Morocco, I think, will be the ones we come into conflict the most, at least early on. If we look at our trade map, these 3 provinces here are actually part of our home node of Sevilla, and if you look at Tangiers, it is an important center of trade, so hopefully we can take that and get the trade bonus. To our west we have Aragon, who interestingly enough sees us as friendly. A lot of the time they will rival us from the get-go. They also have a union with Naples over here. So generally speaking, you have to watch out for Aragon, but given the circumstances, I think straight away we're going to secure a royal marriage. Now eventually, with any luck, the Iberian wedding will fire and we will gain a personal union over Aragon, and best case scenario we'll get one over Naples too, and all of this will be ours. Directly to our north, right now there's a few different nations, but of course it's going to end up being France, the big blue blob. Now there's two things you can sort of do as Castile. We can be friendly with France, or we can sort of attack them aggressively. Now, in the interests of unlocking achievements, I think we might go hyper aggressive into France. We want to sort of capture a lot of this here, get a land connection to the Holy Roman Empire, which Savoy is part of, so it's in our best interest to sort of capture all the coast along here, make that ours. We'll get a land border, and hopefully in the longer term sort of fight Austria for the throne of Holy Roman Emperor. But of course, shorter term, our biggest obstacle is France. As everyone knows, they are a very powerful nation, and we're going to have to be a bit of skill, bit of luck to actually capture all of this. We'll need to use our powerful friends. Burgundy's good early on. Austria is also good, and actually quite lucky, Aragon will be on our side. England's also an alright, I don't know though. We'll see what happens with England. Further east, we'll sort of ignore, at least early on. The other thing we can sort of do is colonial game. Now, Castile obviously is a strong nation for that. If we look at our ideas, a lot of the things sort of hint towards that. Our Spanish traditions give us a global satellite increase when we do them all. Also get extra colonists, global tariffs, things like that. So I think when we get to our first idea will be exploration. We want to sort of get over there as quickly as possible, get a few achievements I have to do with over there. One in particular I want to try and get is to own all of the Caribbean. So we see how we go there. But very, very early on, I think what we'll do is get allied with our neighbours, in particular Aragon and Burgundy. Hopefully, with any luck, we'll get into a quick war with France while they're busy with England. Use our allies to carpet siege them, see what we can do, and then later on attack Granada. But without further ado, let's start the game. We'll pick a few rivals. Morocco has rivaled us, so we'll rival them back. Aragon's accepted our marriage. We will also rival France, because obviously we're planning to attack them anyway. And for now, I think that will do. I don't really want to rival England at the moment, because we don't know how our relationship will end up. Portugal wants an alliance, we will gladly accept. Now, early on, their first achievement, until death do us part. I think that's for a royal marriage. Good start. So Burgundy is not going to do anything straight away, so the first thing we want to do is improve relations. We'll look at what mission we can get. Navarre is also a very interesting case. You can either militarily annex them or diplomatically do it. Aragon's already got an alliance with them, so that sort of prevents us from doing it militarily, and also because we're going after France, we don't want to really waste manpower there. So we might already be too late. I think Aragon might beat us to vassalizing them, but we'll see what we can do after all in the long run anyway. So we'll get an alliance from Navarre, also a mission. We'll wait till the 12th to also get an alliance with Aragon. They will gladly accept. Military access from England, of course. I think we'll marry Portugal. Good to get our royal marriages going. And for now, I think we can safely keep the speed up. So we can sort of declare on France at any time, or fabricate a claim, just so we have the CV there. And for now, I think we just wait. Protect trade. Portugal is currently the strongest, but eventually will change. We'll get some advisors. Manpower modifier, can't hurt. Trade, diplomatic reputation, I like. And because we do have the gold mine, I'll take the yearly inflation reduction. As Castile, we want to stay militarily powerful, so on top of tech, and also pick up a few of these ideas. But I think for now we can safely turn off our national focus. So we're getting 7 points. We also want to get to admin level 4 as quickly as possible to unlock our first ideas. Maybe go explore some of the new world. In terms of our force limit, we can afford to build some more army. So we'll build some more infantry. Maybe one knight. We could also afford to build a few more light ships to protect trade. So I'm also aware that you can go over your force limit and the light ships still pay for themselves. But for now, I think that's okay. And also we don't have the funds to build any more light ships straight away. I think we'll put Enrique to lead the army. We don't like he might even die. Get rid of him as quickly as possible. Hopefully get a better leader than 000. No missions at the moment, so I'll take the improve our prestige one. Free stability is nice. There's our first, another achievement. That's a grand army. We've built up. And Enrique is leading us already. We'll take that marriage. Aragon and Austria will fight if Enrique dies. How old is he at the moment? It's about 20. Okay, so don't want him to die at the moment, not at least until he has a kid. These guys meet up in Toledo. Keep the speed up even more. How are we going with steel neutral? Yes. If we look at royal marriage, very close. In fact, very close. We want to secure that as quick. Just in that time. Another achievement, Grand Navy. We also want an alliance with the Burgundy, but we're not there yet, so we'll go back to improving relations. If you look at Morocco, yes, Portugal already has a claim on Tangiers. I can almost guarantee they're very soon to declare war for it, so we'll also fabricate a claim on Tangiers. Portugal, oh, I take the stability. Portugal, it's almost guaranteed. And in the interests of not letting Portugal get Tangiers, we will try and siege it. Now, obviously, war, but at least they won't have it, and then we can either declare for it in a later war, or we might be able to pick something up in the Portuguese. We'll see what happens. So Burgundy. Interested in alliance yet? -8, not quite. And we have an heir more than Enrique, so we'll put him back to an army, and hopefully he will die sooner rather than later. What's this one? The permanent sanction. Blah 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 blah. Pro Habsburg. Make Austria like us, get some stability. Austria doesn't like us. We're going to have to go one way or the other. I think we will get Austria to like us. That cannot hurt. In fact, as soon as we have a free diplomat over there, Burgundy will take an alliance, good, which will actually free up this diplomat. If we have a look at the ledger, at armies, Burgundy is sporting an army of 37,000, not that much manpower though. And France is 42. They're quite above their force limit. They're still at war with England, but they've done that. Portugal is allied with France. Very interesting. So is Hungary. That's valid. Why would Navarro not? And they like France. What about Burgundy would, however? Who is rivaled? Portugal. Was I reading Portugal not be cool? Oh, they're already at war with France. Mistake. Austria, let's improve relations. I don't think the time to attack is just yet. Let's get those light ships. Light ships. Light ships, come over here. We may as well fabricate another claim on Melilla. If we can get that, that's also nice. Also part of trade node. We'll get the light ships here, and we'll protect. Oh, Safi, we do have a merchant there. Maybe later on I'll move him from Safi to Seville to collect. But for now, I'm pretty happy with 41%. Very good. We could declare on Granada, but I do want our manpower for France. Oil married. We'll take the inflation. Our advisor here is slowly working on it. Slowly. Quite alright for now. How are we going? Have a feeling we might get a royal marriage. but an alliance might be tough. In fact, we don't really want to ally with them anyway. It'll piss Aragon off. France, Hungary. Best case scenario actually is Austria declares on Hungary. Although they are at war. Oh, that's the French. Yeah, Austria declares on Hungary, keeps them busy while they go after France. Our biggest problem, of course, is going to declare on England and use up all their men. Slow start actually, but as you can see, we're surrounded by big powerful people that you can't just go attack willy-nilly. You need to plan for these. France, as crazy as this sounds, this might actually be, oh, Burgundy does have a claim, this might be war. We won't get Portugal for ages, because even if they drop out of the war, they'll have a truce, so they won't. Shit. Let's get that marriage, almost. How many troops does Hungary have? They only have 16. It's hard though with France. England is out of the war. Here we go. I suppose that answers that for us. We are now at war. With any luck, France will... What's the... In terms of troops, it's pretty even. I've got slightly more cavalry. We've got more infantry, but I have a feeling that's going to change soon. Send extra 8 up. Now we have a claim on Poitou. So if we actually siege that, Burgundy will probably give it to us in a peace deal. If we win the war, that is. Looking good so far. 30 troops is a lot. Just have to be careful. I'm going to attach a siege and send it to burn. If we can piece out of this war early, I think we might grab what we can. We'll see how we go. We'll send them to Perigord, so they're just one province away from both Gascon and enforce the way. Looks like they're busy in the lowlands anyway, up in Burgundy's territory, so that's pretty good for us. Looks like Hungary has a good leader, unfortunately. General's dead. That's not great. Here they come down. With any luck, Burgundy will follow. Or another achievement, I think, Brothers in Arms. This could be bad for us. Burgundy's obviously going to lose this. We have high on a roll. What's the troops looking like now? We have a lot more infantry. slightly less cavalry. I'm feeling a lot of that infantry is... oh no, it's about half-half. Will you marry? Yes. I know this will put us over our relationship limit, but securing that cannot be a bad thing. If we can get the same dynasty as Austria, that can only end well for us. Limousin, they may be coming back down to Gascon. Oh. We'll detach a siege, we don't want to break the siege at 0%. We'll split. Okay, stay there, that's unfortunate. 4 against 3, we would win that. Bern is mountainous. Oh, hills. Interesting. Further up here is all mountains. Still don't mind that. They're standing still. I don't want to take that engagement, which is nothing but good for us. Burgundy's back. That would high war exhaustion. That's good for us. Money won't be a problem for us. We have to take the stability, don't we? If the French broke up wars, get our prestige up and get that bonus stability. Oh. They took the engagement. However, we'll only get -1. We don't have a with Enrique now. They've caught. Come on. We just have to hold out. 5. Fuck. That's unfortunate that that siege broke. We're retreating to Madrid. Don't have time for Morocco at the moment. Unfortunate that that siege broke. We've won Bern, however. What's the war goal? Champagne. I suppose move over to Toulouse. We've got some manpower. That's going to drain quickly though. Move down here. How are we going with our tech? Has France already teched up? No, they have not. What about Burgundy? Yes, Burgundy has a higher tech. I want you to come to Toulouse. Get there in time, please. Yes. We're still going to lose this battle though. In hindsight, get a fucking better leader. Surely, I know. We've still got the infantry. Burgundy, I imagine, will have a mercenaries because they can afford it. Burgundy got no man, 15 mercenaries. I think France has probably bought some by now as well. 6. No, I do have the most manpower out of the 3 major players. There's Gascon. The Hungary might have some, but I doubt it. They were fighting against England too. I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to get there in time. We'll go to point 2. It will slow our tech a little bit, but we'll do it. Still no siege, but 222 could be worse than that. We will take what we're given. I have to play England some. How that sort of plays itself out. If we look here, Burnley will take Champagne, which means we want to siege this as quickly as possible, just so I'll give it to us. We get no. win this war, however, especially with the help from Burgundy. I think it's safe to say we will win this war. Very unfortunate I'm not war leader. He's going to peace out long before we get 100%, so we won't really be able to break up France a lot. But to get them early can only be a good thing. And what we're going to have to do is sort of constantly declare war on France before they get too powerful. Obviously with the AI bonuses and stuff, they'll be able to sort of build up fairly quickly, and we're always going to need a strong ally to help us. Yeah, with any luck all the wars will go like this. Hopefully next time I'll be leading the war. I not only do want to take territory, we also want to release vassals and stuff, just weaken France as much as possible. What I can do is France has a lot of provinces down here that have cores of countries that don't exist at the moment, so you sort of release them. Alternatively, like for example, if I take Languedoc, Toulouse considers could take it and then release Toulouse, and then all over here Toulouse has all of these as well. What that means is we can feed them to Toulouse and then later on deploy annex them, and in the meantime use Toulouse. So we'll just see how we go. Interestingly enough, they moved off Champagne, which means the war is going to go longer. Hopefully get more. What's our personal war score? We have 6. We will need 10 before France will even consider steal and to do the sort of stuff we want. Interesting. Aragon's take them. Obviously we're in no position to fight Aragon, nor do we really want to. We actually want their prestige to stay high. What that will do is ensure they keep Naples in a personal union, which is what we want, because when we get Aragon, we will also get Naples. Now I'm going to split up. I'm going to jump in here and take the prestige from that battle. Then we still need a long way to go to get to 50. What also does not help that is we've got 3 uncontested cores, but we will deal with that soon enough. So we're actually losing 13 war score game. So as soon as Burgundy actually decides to go after the war goal, that but what we sort of, it will piss Burgundy off if we separate peace. We can afford to lose the ducats. We'll get more for ourselves, so we sort of want to, before they peace out. We've definitely got the numbers now. Detach siege. Let's go help out here. Get more prestige. Hopefully we get there in time. Yes, we did. Fantastic. Losing that. To stand here. In fact, with any luck, we might even take. I should actually stand here. Armagnac. We'll take military technology. Can't hurt. We don't really need it. anymore. Pain. As soon as we finish these two sieges, at least this one we can get. We've got 0.2. So we 9. Okay, we're gonna have to wait for another siege. In the meantime, Perigod's gonna pop. There's Armagnac. Austria's declaring more wars. Maybe if we can catch him here. We don't have a leader, that might be dark. We won't catch him anyway. We'll take Toulouse. There's Armagnac. And we'll see what sort of peace we can get. Although you see here's pops, I'll peace out. So let's have a look. That will give us 42. What does that give us? Burn. I'm not sure if taking burn is a good idea. Obviously if we had taken Navarra, we'd have the border. But I don't even think we'll be able to call that. That's well, we know for a fact we'll be getting, I'm sure, all up it's only minus 15 penalty. That's not bad. Let's just see what happens. We'll stay till the end. We'll see what Burgundy comes up with. Way very interesting. Perigord. Very interesting. That's alright, I think we'll keep our eyes now. Oh, that siege is done. What am I doing? We've got 2 achievements, Brothers and Victorious. We got nothing. Okay. Definitely should have taken that separate piece. New plan? Let's fabricate a claim here. England doesn't like us anyway, so let's rival them back. And on how do you get view your country? England. In fact, I could probably to Normandy too. France off. But that might be foolish on our behalf. Anyway, on stop taking attrition. On that sad note, I think we might have to end this episode here. We beat France in a war. We don't know for it, but they are quite weak. How long is that? Might shorten our truce timer. 14. No, it doesn't. 1460. So we've got to wait before we go back. But that will definitely be going back. In the next episode, I think we will conquer Granada, see how Portugal goes with Morocco, with any luck, and maybe take La Borde for ourselves, and see what happens with our admin tech, see if we can discover any more. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.